Hello everybody, how's it going? It's Nick here, and I have my Christmas haul that I ordered from Japan. And I never got a chance to, well, I just got it today, but I waited till after Christmas to get it shipped because, you know, it gets hectic during the holidays. And I was like, well, I can wait, so it's fine. I have a couple things on top of the box I need to get off. I've done that before I started the video, but whatever. I have some music playing in the background once again to make it a little more exciting. The music that I'm featuring here is from Cruise or California Speed, one of my favorite racing games. Turn it down just a little bit. Hopefully it's not too loud. Last time the music was way too low, so you could barely hear anything. And trying to put this microphone in a good place is pretty tough to do. Wow. I heard myself. Oh, sorry. My headphones are down there and they're connected. I didn't know that. Okay, sorry. With that out of the way, though, let's get to opening the box. And as you can see, there's not much in here. I mean, there really isn't. So there's only about 10 things. But let's get to it. I got my knife here, and we will start opening it now. I mean, I guess people do like these unboxing videos, so yeah. Now this is the time of month actually where I start planning my vacation in the summer. So I might be doing the same thing as I did last year, going to Vegas. But when I turn 30 next year, I'd actually like to go to Japan. That's like my big, like, if it's the last thing I do, that's fine. I just want to be able to do it. Yeah. Oh, God, I'm going to poke my eye out someday. You know, I worked a job where we used box cutters, and it was always cut away from you, and I always like, oh, cut towards me? Okay, sure, that's what you want. So, alright, so let's see what the first thing here is. We have a Game Boy game here. I actually own this, but there is a reason that I bought it. So if anyone's like, well then why'd you buy it if you already own it? This is Yakuman for the Game Boy, which is kind of a variant of Mahjong as far as I know. I don't know completely how it works. The reason I bought a second copy of it is, well, one, this is in much nicer shape and it was really super cheap. But also, the copy that I bought came with the box and everything except the manual. And it's like, you gotta have the manual. I didn't know the manual wasn't there until after I bought it. I assumed it was in the box. Which, you know, is what, when I go to a game store nowadays, and I want to buy a game like that, I always ask to check the contents inside because sometimes they don't have everything. Got a piece of paper of a package stuck to me. Yeah. Alright, and here's, and I don't know if you got enough of that, or if you've already had enough of that game I just showed you. Kind of interesting cover. You got that, you know, that Asian guy holding the tile. Almost kind of reminds me of Wimpy, you know, from that old comic. Anyways, this is Yakuman Advance, because, you know, as if one game wasn't enough. And I think there's one on the DS too. I don't own that yet, but hopefully someday I get it. Okay, this one should come with everything. Box isn't in the best shape. That's not a big deal to me, as long as it's, you know, as long as the game, you know, as long as the manuals, and I mean, as long as, God, can I actually talk today? Ugh. As long as the stuff's in decent condition, I don't care. It doesn't have to be like pristine or anything, but at least make it somewhat good, you know? Yeah. Keep trying to open these properly, but they're just not meant to be opened properly, I guess. Okay. Ooh, we got a game in here. What's this? Ah! Okay. We got one of those cooking games. Yeah, this one's by Koei. But it was apparently developed by Paon. so I actually bought this just to see if there's credits in the manual. I guess I'll find out. It's a Koei game, so probably not, but... Oh, there is! Well, that'll give me something to do later. Okay, and it actually has the katakana, or the hiragana over the kanji, so I can actually read everything easily. I can read a lot of kanji, but sometimes it's a bit confusing. This doesn't feel like there's anything in it. Yeah, I like these ones. They look like shopping bags or something. I don't know how Byte chooses what packaging to put it in, so... Man, I cannot open this to save my life. Okay. How do you open this? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm making some progress. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. I don't believe this. I can't open this. Okay. Ah. There was something in it. It's a manual. This is for, what do you call it again? Hoi Hoi or something? It's the original Japanese version of Stop That Roach for the Game Boy. I don't actually own the game, but it's actually a lot easier to get the game than it is to get the manual. So this was only like 20 bucks or something. So I figured, hey, it's worth it in case I ever do buy the game. Yeah, Koei actually made something other than strategy games. It's interesting. And Mahjong games too. But I guess this is like one of the earliest games they made for like home computers, and then like, yeah, I already know there's no credits in this because it's I mean, it's Koei. Back in the day, they never put credits in their games, except, you know, occasionally they credit Koji Usawa, the producer, but everyone else was screwed. Yeah, it started to scare me at first. I didn't see anything. Alright, I'm going back to my roots here with the Famicom. Yeah, I actually got a Famicom game, and since, you know, I've been on a binge with these kinds of games lately, you probably already know what it is. Oh, we're on track 3 already. It's one of my favorites. I can't actually hear the music. I have it turned off, but on my end. But hopefully you guys like it. It's great music. Mitsuaki Tamura's Mahjong Seminar, or it's actually Tamura Mitsuaki Mahjong Seminar, or Zeminaru, because I guess they changed it to Z instead of Se. Weird. Yeah, and I guess this guy was a furry because he's a rabbit in this picture. Yeah, see all these characters? They're not actually in the game. Big shocker. And this is actually what he looks like. Yeah, there's actually a digitized photo of him. Now, I could not find any information on this guy at all. I thought, oh, I'll just do a quick look up at Japanese and, you know, there's going to be all this information about him and everything. No, there's nothing. Now, some other guy reviewed this game in English. And I guess I don't know if it's true, but he said, like, apparently, Tamura was kind of like a, what's the guy's name? Like, the gamer who, you know, he was, like, really good and everyone loved him, then they found out, like, he was cheating or something. Yeah, well, I guess this Mitsuaki Tamura guy is kind of the same thing. You know, it's pretty interesting. But, so this will be an interesting game to... I mean, I've looked at this game before. It's interesting. Oh, okay. So there we go. There's a profile for this guy in the manual. So maybe then I'll find out who exactly this guy is and whether, you know, if I see him in Japan, if I should like punch him in the face or kick him in the nuts or something for being a cheat. But yeah. Seems at the time Tony Canyon loved making games. These board games with celebrity endorsements like Tanigawa Koji no Shogi Shinen or Koji Tanigawa's shogi teaching. There's actually a credit to the illustrator, but I can't remember what their name is here. I think it's Masami Esaki, but I'm not sure. They also did the artwork for Pony Canyon's A-Train or E Resete Iko for the Famicom, which I also have. It's not on me, but I do have it. So, yeah, we can take a look at those games. Do people want to see me do those, like, unscripted commentaries on games again? I haven't done those in a long time, but I thought people were kind of getting bored of those. Alright. And here's another one. Another cooking game. And Sprite by Koei. And again, developed by Pound. And funny enough, there is no, Gordon Ramsay here. So, this is funny. I mean, the cover art's funny. And yes, they put credits in here too, so that's cool. Because if I like the music, which I kind of do, then I will get to know who worked on it. There's a lot of credits here. Oh, okay, there's Yuichi Kano. That sounds familiar. Then Yukiko, I think, told me something. I can't read the last kanji. I'm sorry, people. I don't mean to disappoint, but like I said, I can read a lot of kanji. I just can't read all of it. And I'd show you, but the text is so small that also doesn't help. All right, we're coming to the end here. Don't worry, we're almost done. Oh, track 4. That's a good one too. I don't know how I forgot to mention. Yes, the music you're hearing is the N64 version of the game that I played through the arcade version of a while back. Alright, so here we go. This will be my second copy. Don't worry, I can explain. This is Blues Traveler 4. And you're like, well, why would you buy 2 copies of it? The first copy I bought did not come with the little sheet that comes with these Japanese CDs. But this one is supposed to. It was in the listing, so hopefully they have it. I'm actually surprised. It didn't look like in the listing that they had the case or anything. But yeah, this thing. And let's see, did they translate the lyrics? They did. And who was responsible for translating these lyrics? Can I read it? It's Watanabe something. I can't read all of it, unfortunately. I wish I could. I really wish I could. Oh! Okay. Almost dropped everything. Alright. Yeah, sorry if I made a video in a while, guys, too. I was actually out of town from Thursday to Sunday, so I came back Sunday, but you get the idea. Oh, I already know what this is. This is going to be the book that I ordered. Or if you're from Scotland, it's the book. And as you can see, some of it's already open. Makes my job easier. It's a book, so I'm not worried about it getting damaged. Although I did pay good money for this. I couldn't find any other copies of this book, so I'm glad I found it. I don't know if I told people about this. I think I did, but I went to a Steve Vai concert in November, and that was at the Moore Theater, and that was just an amazing show. So it's really cool. Let me guess, did RGS transcribe this, or did they not say? Oh no, there's a couple people. Yokoyama Yugo? I'm not sure. And then Yuji Hagino. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting album. And wow, how many pages? 192 pages. That's how complex Steve's music is. And I actually do have the guitar book over here if you guys want to see it. This one's more accurate, but the book I just showed you guys has like all the instruments transcribed rather than just the guitar. But here's the guitar book. Yeah, $12.49. Beats like the, what, $50 I paid for the Japanese book. Alright, cool. Let me move this crap. Need it over there. Alright, I think this is the last one. Don't worry, people, we're coming to the end. I promise. Yeah, this is another DS game. And again, the reason that I bought this, I have a good reason, even if I don't really intend on playing it. There's a good reason. Usually, I do try to play all the games that I get, and I might give this one a try. Who knows? I might be addicted to it, but I don't know quite everything about it though. But the reason I bought it is, I told you guys before in one of my previous videos how I met through one of the DS games I got that I wasn't really interested in getting, but it was just part of a bundle. But I found out the composer was Toshimitsu Ruta through the game's manual, and I actually found him on Facebook. And he told me he only did 3DS games. Like, he only did music for those 3DS games as far as video games are concerned. So now I have all 3 of them, and I really appreciate him. He's a great guy, and it's really cool getting to know him and everything. So yeah, that's why I got it. It's Otona no Shiko Sense. And then, I can't remember. Sansu, I think, Puzzle, something cool. I can't read that. I'm sorry. And on the top here is Gakken. So, in case you wanted to know. Okay, so I think that about covers everything. There's 2 more things I want to show before I go. A couple things that I got either for Christmas or around Christmas time. Did I show anybody that I ended up buying this one? This is Flo and Eddie's Illegal, Immoral, and Fattening. Because Cinema Snob reviewed Dirty Duck, and it was like, it's got music by Flo and Eddie. I do wish those versions from the movie were in there, because I like those better, but this is funny. I don't know too much about them, besides their, former Turtle singers who worked with Frank Zappa. I'm sorry. But, speaking of Steve Vai, this is something that my mom got me. This is Steve Vai's Modern Primitive, which comes with the 25th anniversary edition of Passionate Warfare, so it's really cool. And they actually translated the lyrics. So I do own the Japanese version of just the standalone Passionate Warfare album, but there's no translations for the lyrics, well, there's no real lyrics to his songs, of course. Most of them are instrumental. It wasn't until, I think, after Alien Love Seekers, he really started putting lyrics in his music. But nice to have the dialogue and everything from those songs translated. And then, not a big deal, but I got this Elton John book really cheap. So because I wanted the chords for Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And it's always good to have it I always prefer having it in physical form than digital. So I got that. I think that's about it, though. I mean, I did watch the last 4 days of December. I was watching the Lethal Weapon movies in Japanese. They were awesome, except the first one. It was dubbed in Japanese. They just never released it on home video, as far as I know. So I was stuck just watching English with Japanese subtitles, which is fine. It's a good way that's how I learn, And for New Year's, I didn't do anything. I just stayed home. So if you're like, oh, why didn't you post the Space Needle? There's a couple reasons why. Because this time, since I actually have an Android where you can actually use an SD card, not those crappy iPhones where you have a limited amount of space, yet you pay way more for them. Seattle's not as safe as it used to be, back when I started doing them. Even then, it wasn't the safest place, but it was still relatively safe. I'm not saying I get shot there or something, but there's many reasons though. So that's one reason, but 2, I've done those New Year's videos so many times. It's pretty much the same. Plus you can watch it, in better quality on YouTube now, for every year. And also getting out of there is a bitch. Getting out of the Seattle Center on New Year's Eve is a bitch, or I should say, well, yeah, New Year's Eve, 12 a.m., especially if you're on the top of the parking lot. I used to love parking up there because, it's a nice view and everything, but then you're stuck at the top, and it'll take you, several hours, literally, to get out of there. So, yeah, those are among the reasons. I might go at the end of 2023 this year. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll change my mind, because it was pretty boring around here. But it was nice after the fireworks in my area. I didn't have to drive home or anything. I could just get in bed and sleep. So there's that. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna head out now, and I really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate the support. And I think in 3 years that'll actually mark 20 years of me being on YouTube. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but and all of them being done in roughly the same area. It's pretty cool. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't say that often. It's like, you know, I know we might have differences in politics and everything, but I do love you all, and you guys mean the world to me, and I really appreciate you guys supporting me. Now, I'm not Markiplier, so I'm not actually going to cry. I did cry in Lethal Weapon 3 because there's that scene on the dock, but other than that, yeah, I appreciate every one of you guys. I do need to play through Lands of Lore again, so that is my plan for this year, play through that and actually, you know, get my experience levels up so I can pass the last part of the game. And other than that, we'll see what happens though. We'll see what 2023 brings. Hopefully not another COVID variant, because I've been hearing shit about that. I hope it's just hearing shit. So thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later. God bless. Peace out, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, and if you want to hear a sample of my new single, I don't know if you can hear that. Just one note. Anyways, yeah, new single, hopefully out by the end of February. So peace out. God bless. See you guys later.